What's going on, A-Plusers? It's your boy, Adam Perez. I'm back once again with a brand new video today as we're going to be diving into a little bit of Kraven the Hunter. That's right. We are a couple of weeks, maybe less than 2 weeks away from the release of this particular upcoming Sony Pictures film. But they wanted to go ahead and give us a little bit of an early Christmas gift here as today they wind up dropping the first 8 minutes of Kraven the Hunter. That's right. Even with a little intro from Aaron Taylor Johnson himself to certainly go ahead and get us hyped for the 8 minute clip. Look, when it comes to Sony Pictures, I am very much hesitantly intrigued with some of these movies. I refuse to get overhyped for them because I do believe that they have certainly burned us. But if there's any movie that kind of gives me hope where I don't want to give it hope because I don't want to get burned and have my expectations ruined, is Kraven the Hunter. I am kind of curious as to how this is certainly going to come together. I am a fan of the director himself, one of the writers also in particular, but I do have some concerns and some worries when it comes to what the script certainly might look like. And so diving into this 8 minutes, I was really curious to see what we were going to get, guys. And to be quite frank with you, I'm a little bit more open-minded now after having checked out the first 8 minutes. If you haven't checked it out, I will go ahead and put a link in the description box below. But they definitely did right by us by giving us this on a Monday. So let's talk a little bit about it because honestly, literally like the last 30 seconds of this 8 minute clip, I thought was fantastic in the sense of truly revealing to us how Craven winds up getting into the prison in the first place. I mean, the idea that we get teased at the beginning of the prisoners getting off the bus, going to relieve themselves, outside in the snow or whatever the case may be, packing back onto the bus. But the lone, person that's straggling behind is Kraven the Hunter. Like for character wise, it's like, okay, that makes sense. He's like a rebel, he's not going to do exactly what people say. So the idea that they have to come and get this man and get him back on the bus, I was like, okay, I'm totally cool with that. But I love the idea of the reveal at the end of this in the sense that he wasn't the prisoner to begin with. So you're trying to tell me Craven literally stayed out into the snowbanks, hid himself, waited for this prisoner bus to come by, jumped this guy, took his place just in order to get into the prison? Like, the reveal of that I thought was incredible. So I really love the way that they kind of play that off in here of subtly making us think that he was already a prisoner when no, this man literally snuck into this prison in his own free will. So really great stuff, man. A really great reveal, I thought, towards the end of this. One of the other things that I liked about this too, I really liked the wire work that they did in here. They do have I don't want to say janky CGI, but the idea of seeing like a quote unquote human like jumping to and fro from wall to wall and climbing up, like when it gets into the CG aspect, I can always tell. And to me, I don't want to say it takes me out of the movie or anything like that, but it's a little cringe to me at times. But they did have some really great sort of wire work moments where it's literally him or a stuntman himself climbing the walls, jumping through things, mixed in with a little bit of parkour, which I thought was really cool. There's a really cool shot that I'm kind of curious as to how they pull that off. When he gets to the top level, he runs through a door, he jumps onto the edge of the roof, and he flips over. And considering that it's one long shot, like from a technical stunt, like performance wise, how did they make that happen? Because I know Aaron Taylor Johnson ain't strong enough to do that on his own will. So how exactly did they make that particular scene kind of come to life? So a big fan of the mixture of CGI and stunt wire work that we wind up getting in here. I thought the great sequence of just fighting inside the room, I thought was pretty cool. We kind of see it a little bit in the trailers also, but great choreography, brutal also. I love that this movie is rated R, that they're certainly like not shying away from the blood and the violence whatsoever. So I thought they handled that really, really well. You know, to me, it's always fascinating when they say, "Hey, we're going to show you the first 8 minutes of this film," but this feels like this is probably a culmination of maybe like 15 minutes of stuff, but maybe just like cut and edited down sort of thing, right? Like the idea of him meeting his prisoner cell buddy, if you will, saying, "Hey, look, I'm only going to be in here 3 days," and then like the 3 days is already after the first 8 minutes is over, sort of thing. So I feel like there's missing dialogue, missing scenes in between here, sort of thing, to really fully play itself out. But the way that they edited this together, I am a fan of. I would like to know. I do have some questions in regards to how does Sergey sort of have this human level strength? How is he jumping to and fro? I hope that they kind of explain that a little bit also. It does look like there's going to be little hints of humor in here. I mean, the fact that they got literally like the goofiest cell roommate in here, and his first line is, "I hate roommates." Like, it did make me chuckle for sure, like just to see what that, I don't want to say relationship, but just what that brief bond between Kraven and his cellmate is certainly going to be like. So again, I thought for the most part, really great eight couple of minutes, got me really intrigued. I love the idea of him introducing himself to sort of like this boss, if you will, within this prison. And really the only issues that I had in here minimally was just some of the CGI work. But I feel like that way about a lot of superhero movies these days. But yeah, for 8 minutes, great way to edit it and clip it all together. I'm definitely gonna have some questions, I'm sure, but really great first impression, especially the way that this segment ended, and really blowing my mind in the sense like, oh my god, you mean this man literally waited around for this moment and then snuck his way, took somebody's position, his spot, and literally snuck his way into the prison cell. Really great stuff if you ask me. But we'll see how the rest of the movie goes, man. 8 minutes is not a lot of time, but you know, hopefully they allowed the director, and I'm hoping, again, it's one of the writers in here that is from the Equalizer movies, that wrote the screenplays for the Equalizer movies. And I think if you can keep that level of quality and not allow the quality of the writing to kind of be drugged down by some of the other writers that are on board that have wrote some really horrendous scripts, like the Transformers Last Night movie, if I'm not mistaken, and one or two other ones that were pretty cringy. So if the good writing outweighs the bad in here, we might have something, man, because I thought the execution, and even Aaron Taylor Johnson's, I thought his accent too was really believable to me. I think he really fits this role. Probably wasn't my first choice when they announced it, but seeing him just in this first 8 minutes, I'm thinking to myself, damn, he might impress me in here. So we'll see, guys. But look, at the end of the day, these are simply my A+ opinions. I want to know yours. What did you take away from the first 8 minutes? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? I definitely want to go ahead and know your thoughts. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section box below, guys. But until then, do me a big favor. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.